Welcome back, Strong Lungs fans. This is the part where you see, what are these girls called again? The Strixlers, or the Rixlers. I was gonna say, I was actually gonna call these girls the Strixlers. Yeah, the Strixlers. We'll just call them the Strixlers now, since I changed my mind. So the Strixlers it is, and after them you're gonna see the Auren. Yeah, the Auren comes after the Strixlers. So yeah, we start with the Strixlers. Well, we don't see them yet, but the episode does open with the dream gate opening, and then when it opens you see the Strixlers like egg come through and they go right on Earth. That's until when they wake up, we see their crater. Fango was already in his mecha suit because he was going for a walk in his mecha suit, and then all of a sudden that's when he says, huh? And then they get up. He says, are those, uh-oh, are those more Lunerboonies? And then they come out roaring, and then he says, oh boy, they are. And then he just starts fighting them, and then they get mad at him when he does that. First he just punches one of them, and then they get mad when he does that. Good thing Fango was already in his mecha suit and they crash landed right next to him. And then people were like, what? Okay. Yeah, let's say their battle actually takes place in let's see. Let's say it took place near Cone Springs. They were battling on a farm. And then, or I don't think this would be on a farm. What do you use? It's a whistle tower, so maybe this battle takes place maybe near a factory. Now, Strong Lungs, maybe it could maybe a factory, but maybe mostly but probably anywhere. Strong Lungs, yeah, he would defeat them with a whistle tower, and then they start fighting. Then they push him across the highway, right through an overpass and a few bridges. He still fight. When he fights them. These things are so adorable. I know all the Lunerboonies are adorable, but they're evil. But yeah. Oh man, that's the sound I make when I'm looking at something that makes me feel in love with these things, and yes, I really am. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, Fango is fighting them. He defeats, and sorry about that. He doesn't grab the whistle tower just yet. The battle does take place right next to a factory. I just gotta see what a factory actually does look like. Yeah, Strong Lungs usually has the whistles by a factory. Yeah, and then when he keeps fighting, they start wrecking up the factory, but then Fango says he was gonna use something, but then he grabs the whistle tower and stabs one in the eye, and then he stabs the other one in the eye with the tower. Or let's say he actually blew out their eardrums when the tower blew up actually the tower just came out of, let's say it just fired and then it blew out the Strixlers' eardrums, and it killed them. And then he it hurts their ears, but then they try to run, and then he grabs the tower and or we could say it like the steam whistle. It just blows steam into their eyes. They're like, ah! And then Fango grabs it and gets the other one, grabs the tower and gets the other one with it, and then he whacks her, and then he pulls her eyelids, and then he gets her, and let's say he gets both of them in the eye with the tower, and then he just goes like double stab, and then they're just completely down. He says, "Nobody messes with me," or should he say, "Nobody messes with Fango." He says, "Well, that was a pretty quick fight, but we're not over that. But it's not over yet." That's when we cut, because the Auren comes next. This thing's cute too. Really want to hug this thing as well. Fortunately, it's dangerous. Anyway, yeah. Fango doesn't realize. He says, "Now which way is home?" Now this is actually something crazy, because he actually ends up in West Arlo. He's saying, "Whoops, hold on. Where am I? Ah, dang, I'm in West Arlo. I don't know why I'm in West Arlo. Why am I here? What am I doing here?" Yeah, he's curious why he ended up in West Arlo. And he had to, that's when he had to, get up and says, "It's time I deal with these girls." So, he says, "There's nothing yet." He says, you know what, I'm gonna walk around here and show people. Since West Arlo never seen me in a mecha suit before, I'm gonna show them this. "Say, dudes, check out my mecha suit." He says, "Whoa, look at that. That is one cool mecha suit." People are cheering for Fango in his mecha suit. They're like, "Holy cow, that mecha suit is so cool." But however, that's when we see the Fango. Yeah, oh, sorry about that, but yeah, he's going crazy. So he's showing off his mecha suit, and it's just giving him his day. You okay? So yeah, so I got a dog next to me, one of my favorite dogs. But yeah, anyway, the Auren. Fango. Nah, we don't encounter this feller yet. Because once we see that Fango's trying to show off in West Arlo, yeah, that's when we cut to the next scene after that. It's on planet Lunerboonie. He says, "This creep." Ah. And then he says, that's when we see the master is just getting highly irritated by Fango beating the Lunerboonies. After he beat the Strixlers, he's about to send the Auren. Oh boy. That's when he says, "Send the Auren." And then this minion says, "Alright." Here, I can show you the real master when I get a chance, but I gotta do the Auren. And now. I just love how cute the Auren looks. I really wish I could be friends with that thing. Or just have that thing like just wrapped around me, because that thing's so crushy. I could just literally hold on to it. And yeah, the Auren is a crazy one. You see, but then, so that's when we see the Auren get sent through the Dream Gate. And that's when we cut back to Fango in West Arlo. And then Hacker shows up in West Arlo. He says, "Fango, why are you dancing in West Arlo in your mecha suit? You should only be using your mecha suit when there's Lunerboonies attacking." He says, I'm doing this because I want to have fun. I was going for a walk in my mecha suit. I didn't know the Lunerboonies even came through the dream gate. I was just going for a walk in my mecha suit and saying hi to people, trying to show off a few cities, like show off my mecha suit to a few cities that never seen it yet. And that's why I'm here in West Arlo. I'm trying to show my mecha suit in West Arlo. Like, they never seen any of my mecha suits yet. Now I'm showing them this one. Yeah, let's say the one he's using is actually like let's say it's kind of like I don't know, maybe let's say it's maybe let's say it's maybe like a reptile type mecha suit. Let's say it's got like a crocodile looking head on top, and he says hi, and then Hacker says, well, you might want to keep that mecha suit on because the dream gate just opened. Fango says, wait, again? Even after I just fighted those Strixlers? He says, yeah. And then that's when, and then Hacker says, yeah, at least I heard that you defeated them. But he says, the governor sent the reward to your house, but he says, oh no, I won't be needing that just yet. I need to find this other Lunerboonie first. Yeah, he needs to find the Auren. And then it crash lands right behind him. He says, aha, I found you. And he sees that, the Auren. He looks into the crater, and then the Auren jumps out at him. And then we see that the Auren, he says, what's this yellow thing? And the Auren is, we see that the Auren is wearing a vest at first. Well, not wearing a vest, it's like wearing a jacket, and then once it comes out of the crater, after it kicks Fango's in his mecha suit away from the crater, then that's when it rises, wearing like a jacket. Yeah, and then let's say it doesn't really look like this at first. Let's say it's actually wearing like a jacket. Here, let me put one on the Auren. All right, now you can see that the Auren is dressed more. So yeah, I actually wanted to dress her that way. I know I must have said I wanted to dress her some other way, but dang, I love it. You can see she's actually wearing 2 skirts and 2 like tops. And the top, like the outer top, or however you say it, that one has a heart on it, and now she has a ribbon on her head. She's also got like whatever you call those on her legs. I love her. Yeah, the Auren looks really cute in that outfit. She looks a lot cuter than she did in the other outfit. Yeah. The next thing you're about to see is when she well, and this is how she comes out of the crater. You're gonna see what she, because when she gets beaten up, she's gonna like too much. We're gonna see like Fango. Well, we're not gonna get to that part yet. I'll show you what she looks like later in the episode. This girl is adorable. The Auren, oh my gosh, my heart is just beating because I just can't wait to see what she looks like in the next scene. I really want to hug her because she's so cute. Also, the air. I had a good idea is that maybe she would like run an airplane into a tower crane, and then after that, once the airplane hits it, it crashes into a lake. Like it was a passenger airplane. And that's when Fango knew she was trouble. Says, oh no, this girl is trouble. We gotta stop her, guys. Yeah. This girl's so cute. I really just want to hug her. The Auren's like the cutest Lunerboonie, like one of them. The Aethermall was pretty cute too. I think I just want to hug all the Lunerboonies. Maybe not any of the males though, maybe. Except I could just hug all the Lunerboonies. Well, probably not the males. Maybe, but I go for the females because they're the cutest. Cause yeah, that's why I'm drawing my own stinking crushes, but as behemoths. It's like crushes. It's called Get a Crush for Destruction. Because I enjoy destruction. Yeah, so first Fango notices what the Auren did, which he did not feel comfortable with her doing, so he springs into action and starts fighting her. It ain't ending well. That's all of a sudden when we see the military show up and shoot at her. She defends herself. First, she just sweeps when they strike her first. This is what she looks like after Fango was beating her up, but then suddenly the tanks like strikes her, and they go like ah. Once they burn her, this is what it looks like once the whole bunch of bullets, rockets, and missiles attacks her while they're trying to help Fango. Because it's when she looks like this. But it doesn't hurt her. All it does is damage her clothes. And that's when she takes off her like outer shirt, the one with the heart on it. So, and yeah, see, she looks like that. Or let's say she keeps it on. She keeps this shirt on for a little more. Like the top with the heart on it, she keeps it on a little longer, and then she'll take it off. Let's say Fango like then she kicks the vehicles, or maybe let's say she doesn't take damage like that yet. I think it's better if let's say she just stays like this. I just want to, at least I showed you the first like 3 look, or like the next like 2, how she's gonna look like after Fango. She gets like damaged, like when she takes a pretty much a few bit of damage, but she looks like this. Let's just say when the military hits her, it just let's say they hit her in the head and then she got mad. But then that's when Fango, she got mad at the military. First she got mad at Fango, but once the military attacked her, she got mad at the military. Then she fighted them back. She actually, let's say she grabbed Fango and slammed him onto the tanks, and he ran one of the, and turns out, you see that West Arlo has a dome cathedral, but it also has like an obelisk, or that isn't, well, the dome building isn't really a cathedral. So yeah, this building's actually the city hall we're talking about. So yeah, it's like a city hall that has a dome. It's like a Capitol building type city hall. Similar to the Capitol building, it's got like an obelisk tower in it. It's called the Arlo obelisk. That's what its name is. It's called the Arlo obelisk. Yeah. Well, she doesn't strike that thing. First she just like pushes one of the helicopters into like the dome and then destroys it. And then that's when when a fighter jet attacks her, she knocks the fighter jet into the old like obelisk, and then the obelisk falls over and everyone's saying, "Hey man, that was important." Well, she knocks a few others into like a few other like buildings. Yeah, she knocks a helicopter into the town hall. She knocks a fighter jet into the Arlo obelisk, which is like only 1 yard away from. It's only like 1 yard away from the, I don't know what it's called, the town. Yeah, the city hall. it's like only a yard away from the city hall. That's how far the city hall is away from, or like that's how far the obelisk is from the city hall. And then that's when the Auren, when she's defending herself against the military, that's when Fango. That's when he
finish your son.
Sorry about that. Yeah. That's when he points his fists at him, and then he activates the missile, like the fist rockets, or let's say let's say that machine guns comes out of this mecha suit's fist, like the knuckles, whichever knuckles you call it, maybe like the very bottom knuckles, like the part like where the like the fingers and the hand are connected together. Yeah, that part. Hold on, let me see. And sorry for the cursor. That's when Fango. So yeah, we call them. I think it's called the fist knuckle, and that's where these machine guns comes out rather than rockets. So yeah, machine guns comes out of the fist knuckle, and then he points both fists at the Auren as she's she's attacking the military. She's knocking the Humvees around. She's kicking tanks and Humvees and whacking helicopters and fighter jets with the obelisk of West Arlo. And she's like, she's kicking them all around because she's destroying everything. There's even people on like soldiers on the buildings, and she destroys the buildings. And she saw there was a soldier on top of a left turn signal water tower attacking her. She knocks that over to defend herself. There was even soldiers on the cell tower next to the left turn signal water tower. She knocked over. She said she really did not like being attacked. And then she kicked more tanks, and then she threw and then that's when Fango shoots at her, and it causes her to drop the obelisk onto a warehouse, and then that's when Fango. And that's when the chest of his mecha suit opens up, and then a whole bunch of rockets comes out of it, and they all hit her. It doesn't. And then that's when she looks like this. That's when her outer skirt and outer top gets damaged a little bit. That's when even her inner skirt, only the bottom of it got damaged in her. And parts of her the very tip of the sleeves got damaged. But she's not done yet. That's when she starts attacking Fango. And Fango suddenly that's when they start fighting. And he throws her, and then he throws her into an oil. That's when she doesn't look like that for long, and then that we see her look like that after the smoke. She's clears up, the smoke that's all over her, it clears, and then that's when we see her look like podcasting. Sorry about that.
Do you want a hamburger?
I said I'm podcasting, please.
I know, do you want a
yes,
hamburger?
sorry guys. Sorry, someone's interrupting when they're not supposed to be.
Pause.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Sorry guys.
No.
Someone's
Someone's
not.
to feed me.
Well, you don't have to say it. Sorry guys. I know. Someone's interrupting, and they really shouldn't be interrupting. But I'm not gonna threaten them, okay? Just because they interrupt doesn't mean I'm gonna do anything mean to get them for it, because I want to continue the story, not, like, hurt anybody, you know? Well, nobody gets hurt in this one. Except the Auren, because the Auren's... This is fantasy violence, right? Even if I mean, it can still be TVY7, even though it's like humanoid fantasy violence, right? It's okay. We all know. I mean, yeah. Yeah, and when... She doesn't look like that. No, yeah, she doesn't look like that, where you can see, like, the very top of her. Maybe not this cheese, please. So,
you're gonna say that,
yeah,
asshole.
and that's when we...
Don't be an asshole.
Don't... Please don't say that in my podcast, because people are gonna hear you. It's okay. Sorry for that word getting into the podcast. It's, I really should be pausing it before somebody cusses in the middle of it. It's, the Auren is, yeah, it's got, like, you can see her top and outer skirt is badly damaged. She hasn't, like, torn them off yet. And then that's when she starts fighting Fango. She's like, she just laughs because she didn't damage her that much. And then she attacks.
The American cheese.
And she...
Oh, I said no, okay.
And that's when Fango grabs her by the wrist and throws her over, and then she gets up and then she turns around, and then Fango pushes her into like an oil refinery that's in West Arlo, and then it explodes, which damages her clothes even more, and then that's when she looks like this. And then that's when her shirt gets, well, at least her skirt, it doesn't get that damaged. That's when we see her outer top get badly damaged. And that's when she tears it off, when she realizes it's way too damaged. And then, so she tears the, last remaining of it off, so she just tears it off and then throws it into the rising fire of the explosion she caused. Well, Fango caused it too, and that's when we see that she's got like another top underneath. It's the same color as her outer skirt. We see that it doesn't get damaged too much, and then that's when we see she's wearing like a long sleeve top underneath. I was hoping, I think it'd be better if she didn't have that on. Maybe it would have been better if she actually looked like this, or no, not like this in particularly. You can see she's actually frowning now. So yeah, she looks like this. Let's just say she takes her top off and then she looks like that. I was saying that maybe she would have been wearing that. So that's when this happened. I thought maybe she should look like this when she gets oh, sorry for that. Sorry that got in the way. I didn't mean to get like those like option box or whatever it is called that I accidentally put in the way. I didn't mean for that to get in the way, but everything's okay. We know. So yeah, and then that's when, yeah, she tears the skirt off. Yeah, and we see Fango still fighting her. I actually like the idea where she's got this extra thing underneath. But after, that's all of a sudden when Fango, I kind of like this idea, but I think but this idea looks better when because after she looks like this and then slams into the power plant, she looks like this. That's when you just see her in a two-piece. outfit. Well, maybe we should do it like from this, and then to this, and then to this. Or maybe we should, I think a better option is this to this, and then to this, and then to this, and then to this, and then to this. And you even see that her ribbon comes off, but we're not on that part yet. Let's say it just goes like this. Oh, and sorry for putting that in the way again. So yeah, it's this, and then this. Yeah, and then she becomes this. So yeah, she takes her like inner outfits off, then she, or like at least like most of it comes off. Nah, I think this option's too cute. This one, I just think this is too cute, so I want to include this. But after she tears her like this top off, after she takes her heart top off, like the one with the heart on it, after it gets way too damaged, you see that she's wearing this. I think this is a better idea. So yeah, she starts like this, and when she gets shot by Fango's chest rockets, her clothes gets badly damaged and then looks like this. And when she gets pushed into the factory or the oil refinery, her top with the heart on it gets damaged very badly, and it was way too damaged that she couldn't keep wearing it, so she had to take it off. And then she looks like this after she takes off the heart top. And then but you can still see she's still wearing her outer skirt, which is still a little damaged. And then we see Barry the Burger show up like, what the heck is going on? And then, so yeah, sorry, I kept changing my mind again and again and again, but I think this plan can go well. But after that's when we see, after we see that, we just see her in her like little top with a flower on it. It's like a tank top she's wearing. It's got a flower on it. It's not colored or anything, it's just a white outlined flower. But Fango isn't done with her yet. And then all of a sudden, that's when she tries to attack Fango again, but Fango, they end up, we see that they don't, that's when she gets shot in the head by the military again, then she grabs, and then she knocks one of West Arlo's buildings onto the tanks for doing that to her. Yeah, it's not nice to shoot at someone like that, but maybe the only reason you should do that is if they're attacking the city. And then that's when Fango suddenly uses his but then over maybe in the very center of his chest. Let's say like the rockets came out like the rocket launch cannon was in between, was located in between the chest and the stomach. It was I don't know what it's called, but the part in between the chest and the stomach, that's where the rocket cannon was located. Let's say there's a laser cannon in the very directly in the center of the chest. I hope you didn't hear that, but yeah, and then that's when he opens up, and then when she notices what's coming, she's still fighting. We see this scene for longer than we see the part where we see her still, the part where her heart top is damaged, but she didn't take it off yet. but yeah, this scene where you see her in her like flower top, it's we see her like still wearing it. She wears it for like a little bit longer, but then all of a sudden he starts strangling Fango's mecha suit, and then she throws him into the river that goes through West Arlo. Let's say it's actually the Stronglungs River, like the main river of Stronglungs, like the one that goes through the entire country. There's actually, or maybe it can just be. It's just called let's just call it the River of Stronglungs. It pretty much goes every.
You want fries?
Yes, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. There's the river that goes through Stronglungs. I can tell you like each direction. There's like a lot of rivers. Let's say this is West Arlo River, or we could just call it the River of West Arlo. And like yeah, he pushes Fango in his mecha suit into the river, but then all of a sudden. Fango, a truck almost drives off the bridge, but Fango saves it before it drives into the water. Then he puts it somewhere where it can't, and then he sets it somewhere else away from the bridge where it can't get tossed in. But that's when we see the Auren push Fango like in the river onto the other side. Nothing. Yeah. But yeah, he pushes him in his mecha suit on the other side, like into the river, but like on the other side of the bridge, and then she kicks, and then that's when we see her like kick the bridge, and a whole bunch of cars come in trucks, not big trucks and no buses, just like pickup trucks, like small trucks, like pickup trucks and like vans, in cars, like yeah, she kicks. That's when we see her kick them into the water. She tries to hit Fango with them, but Fango dodges them. He was like, whoa, and then they all fall into the water. But she's like, and then she's walking. She crawls into the water, and she's pretty crazy about it. And then we see her she falls, but she doesn't stop there. We see that Fango crawls back onto the land, and then she climbs out of the river, but without warning, Fango, he turns back towards her, and then the robot, he opens his laser cannon, and the chest opens up, and then the laser cannon fires at her, and then it shoots her, and that's when we see her, and after that we see her end up like this. Yup. That's when we see her finally lose her flower top. It gets way too damaged, and then the outer skirt is way too damaged as well, and then she has to take both of them off since they're too damaged. Let's say she just throws them into the river, and then you just see them sink and never come out. And then she said, she's not done yet. She's in for another strike. Then she starts fighting Fango while she's wearing nothing but her blue outfit, which also gets damaged and then badly damaged. But don't worry. Now don't be afraid that you're gonna see her naked, because you're not gonna see her naked, because she's wearing another outfit underneath that you just can't see yet. Also, let's say that so yeah, Fango, they're fighting, and then she throws Fango we see an energy beam comes out of her mouth and shoots Fango. Well, almost shoots Fango, but ends up shooting the buildings. Let's say she ended up shooting the clock tower and the cathedral. Like a cathedral, It's actually one that was based off of Big Ben. It's like a Big Ben type. Or maybe let's say it's actually based off of... Let's say it was actually like a train station clock tower she shot. And it ends up landing on a train and crushing it. Well, it doesn't crush the train itself. It just crushes its train cars it has. And then she... But she also destroys quite a few more buildings. She's not done, but she's not done yet. She also ends up destroying... Let's say West Arlo is also a big city, like, well, kind of a big city, but we do see, like buildings collapse when she shoots them with her energy beam. Yeah, that's when we see her. She also destroys a tide arch bridge, which is on the other side of the town, which also goes across a river. She destroys that, and then it collapses. And then we see, and yes, we do see her get quite a few left turn signal water towers with the beam, and also, well, the first thing we see, let's say the first thing we see her destroys a whole bunch of cars, like a tanker, like a truck stop with a whole bunch of trucks on it, and that's when we see her destroy everything else. But she's not done yet. Yeah, we also see her destroy, like, cut through a power line in two, and then the two pylons falls over. Let's say she actually hit a pylon, and then it fell, and then she wasn't done yet. Fango knew what to do. That's when Fango suddenly started. Let's say that there was a mouth let's say this mecha can also breathe fire. And let's say when she tried to strike Fango again, that's when Fango suddenly made his mecha suit breathe fire, like, and that's when we see her look like this. And as I was saying, she does have another outfit underneath, so there's no need to be afraid to see her racy or nude, because she's got another, like, outfit, a pink outfit underneath. Yeah, it's like a half sleeve. It's like not long sleeve, but half long sleeve, and she's got, like, shorts underneath her skirt. And yeah, you'll see it. You'll realize when Fango, like, let's say he also, like, burns her ribbon, and then she takes it off and throws it in the river with, like along with her, like, flower top and outer skirt. But we don't see them. All we see is the ribbon. We just see as the ribbon sinks to the bottom. Well, we just see it, like, just sink. We don't see it sink to the bottom. We just see it go underwater. We stay above the surface and we just watch as the ribbon sinks. And that's when, but it doesn't stop there. Yeah. We only see her ribbon for, like, a few more seconds before she takes it off after we see her, like, badly damaged. And then the last hit, we see that Fango. That's when Fango, we see that his robot has claws. It's kind of like Wolverine claws. Well, maybe not Wolverine, but, like, claws like his fingers. Let's say claws comes out of the very tip of his fingers. And then he scratches, or let's say he's got, like, claw. It's like a claw robot, and then he starts spinning in circles, and that's when he starts damaging. And then that's when, at least he doesn't, we see him, like, damage, like, the rest of her blue outfit. And then we just see her give her, like, a few scratches, but that's when we see, but then he does end up accidentally, like, cutting through her blue, like her blue, and like her blue outfit, like her blue top and blue skirt. At least she does, at least Fango, he doesn't cut the pink outfit underneath, like the very inner outfit. And then he cuts off and then he just cuts too many holes in the blue outfit, and then the skirt is like badly damaged, and now her and now her blue top is kind of like a jacket now, and she's like, we see she's kind of like wearing it like a jacket, but then she takes it off. We just see how damaged it is, and then she tears that off, and then she tears her skirt off, and then just throws it behind her. And yeah, and then she looks like this, and as you can see, her ribbon's not on her anymore. And that's when she comes in for one more strike. But we can see that she's magic, like Aurens, if they ever get like a bruise on them, they heal up very quick. Even burnt spots. The reason why you don't see any bruises on her is because Aurens, in Stronglung's culture, Aurens can heal themselves up really. Their bruises can heal up very, very quick. If they get a bruise, it just automatically heals up. Yeah. Or like if there's like anything that's like still like, well, it won't heal up unless if there's like a thumbtack, like if there's still like something poking it, they have to like pull it out so it can heal up, and that's when it heals up, as long as there's like nothing in the way. Yeah, kind of like in like, you know how like a stinger, they can't heal up unless the stinger is out of the way, unless they remove the stinger, and then that's when we see it heal up very quick. But yeah, that's when she comes in for one more strike, we see she breaks the like window of Fango's Mechasuchus, like going, ah. She actually gives it a little bit of damage. She was gonna like try and grab the energy beam, but Fango, I mean, she does tear off the energy beam. Well, not the energy. Yeah, like the laser beam in the chest. Fango says, "I won't let you get away with that." And that's when he puts the energy back in, but it still doesn't work since she destroyed it. And that's when he grabs one of the street light towers. This is the part where you see her finally destroy her. We see he pushes her down, and then she ends up hitting a street light tower. And then she tries to back up, but she doesn't, but it's too late. She ends up being crushed. And we see her just do nothing but not get up. Fango says, "You managed to learn a lesson, huh?" No, or let's just say he says, "Haha, take that, you twisted yellow freak." The Auren was just completely like, we can just see how like it's like just like right across her. It's like on her face, like right like on her entire body. It's like straight up her. And she just has her like arms and legs spread out. Like just spread out as she's crushed. And that's when we see, and then Fango just kicks it right off her after she's squished. And then he just, yeah, and then it just rolls like, but let's say he just lifts it, but then he just knocks it he just knocks the streetlight tower to the side, like just completely off of her, not like onto her arm or her like leg, like on the side. He just keeps it like completely off of her, and we just see that she just has her eyes closed, and she's just unconscious. But then when Fango leaves, we cut to Fango leaving West Arlo after the incident. And then, but as we see Fango, but then once we see Fango getting, but that's when we pan, or I think we would, yeah, that's when we pan over to the Auren laying down still, but once we pan to her, after we pan over to her, that's when we see her open her eyes. We zoom in as she we don't zoom. That's when she opens her eyes, and that's when we realize she's not dead. And then that's when we see Fango return, saying, "That was one heck of a fight. How many outfits was that girl even wearing?" he couldn't believe how many outfits she was even wearing. She was wearing a whole bunch underneath. At least she had that pink outfit underneath. Yeah, Fango was also relieved to realize that she had like one more outfit underneath. Yeah, he didn't want to see. Yeah, he didn't want to see her nude either, or bikini. Like, didn't want to see her in her underwear or nude. But hey, thank goodness she had that pink outfit, that extra pink outfit underneath, to keep us nice and safe. Yeah. And then Fango. That's when Fango notices that. He's like, hey. Well, at least, yeah. That's when we see him get his reward from the Strixlers, yeah. Yeah, these fellers. But he also gets a reward for defeating the Auren. Yeah, had to cut back to, I had to show you the part where she was, like, how she first starts. And that's when we see Fango. Like, and that's when we see that Fango is, like, that's when we see he's just happy. He says, haha, 2 rewards a day. And then he says, I guess that's what happens when you, like, like, defeat, like, after you defeat a Lunerboonie, but then another Lunerboonie shows up, and then you have to go and wait for the first reward, and then you have to defeat, and after you defeat that one, you get that's when you can earn that reward, but then you get a second reward. Yeah, he just explains it like that. He explains that after you defeat a Lunerboonie, you get a reward, but then you realize another Lunerboonie shows up, and then you have to defeat her to earn. Then you have to wait to get that reward, because you gotta defeat her, and after you defeat her, you can get the reward, but not only do you get the reward, you also get another reward, which is actually funny. But yeah, after he explains the fact that he gets another reward since he defeated another Lunerboonie, that's when the episode ends.